All right, welcome back to the Tool World Podcast. I'm here with Master Jew.
And I'm with Mr. Jew.
Yes.
Another sunny day.
Sunny day, that's right.
That's right, no rain.
Welcome back to the podcast. This week, we're going to be talking a little bit about a knockout rule.
Knockout rule. Or a contact rule, I guess, in Taekwondo.
Yeah. And kind of how does that differ in other martial arts, right?
Well, why don't you chime in on this one first? Chime in on this one first because,
Well, in our organization.
Right, in our organization,
Taekwondo,
right?
ITF.
Or ITF, or
we recently
President
added
Che, we added some things.
Right.
But let's just go basic, right?
Okay.
So when we say, okay, we're going to do some sparring, it's light contact. What does light contact mean to you?
Well, I would say in a sparring situation, it kind of depends. Like, if you're in class, you don't want to hurt your fellow teammates. I don't think that's the right idea, right? So I always say that if you're sparring in class, it should be light touch. We should be working on skill sets. And sometimes I say it should be about 50% speed. A lot of schools do that, and so that way you can work on different types of movements with your partner. Now, if you're in a competition sense, I think that's kind of thrown out the window, and so light contact would be an open ring, and you go at it.
Right. So a lot of times people go, well, oh my gosh, the world championship, that guy just got knocked out. Is that light contact? Isn't that the rule, light contact? Right.
Right.
And yeah, well, what defines light contact? Right. You just knock someone out.
Right.
Right. And so here's I wondered about that for many years, and then finally got a more definitive answer. Mm-hmm. And that answer is that it's going to be full contact if you're enclosed like a ring, like a boxing ring, so you can't escape, like a cage. So that's what would constitute as full contact. Light contact is there's no barriers. So obviously you have a ring, you step out, then the match stops. So we call that light contact. And so knocking out an individual in competition like at Worlds, you will not be penalized as long as it was a clean, lethal hit.
Right.
With not really an intention to hurt somebody, because you can be disqualified if you look like you're intentionally trying to injure that individual. And so then that's where that comes in. I mean, we don't see people really like, oh, I'm gonna go get that guy, I don't wanna, that kind of thing. So so we don't see that as often. So knockouts can still happen in that.
And so recently we've added this new rule about counting to 8 seconds.
Kind of like a full count, right? Or
full count, right?
Like full contact, like boxing or something like that.
Now, at the last World Games, I did see some of the umpires counting down, but it kind of seemed like the fighter, they had gone back up, but they still completed the 8 counts. So now I'm not an umpire. Can you explain like what was kind of going on there?
I think we definitely want to keep the competitor safe, right? And so that's not a bad rule, and I don't know if it necessarily means that you're on the ground. Now that's a good reason why. I mean, you got hit and you're on the ground. You want to be able to make sure they can get up. But what about someone that got hit really hard in the chest or the floating ribs, and you see that it was pretty hard, and you want to look at them and to make sure that they continue, because some of the problems is that we get so competitive that I'm fine, let's just go, right? And yet you could be putting that competitor in jeopardy, right? I mean, I think sometimes coaches just like, oh my gosh, my competitor is not able to really go with this individual. You should just throw in that towel, and so like that's it for today, right? But a lot of times you just see them like, just go, come on, just keep going, and they could get hurt. So we don't want that, and I think that the 8 count is really kind of that way. We want to give them a second, 8 counts actually, and the umpire is going to have to judge that, whether, let's say, let's just say he fell on the ground. Did he get up? Does he look like he's, in the daze? What you got to look at, and you got to decide that. And then you're going to have to go, okay, well, he doesn't look quite right. Let me get the medic come in and observe that, right? And so I think that's what the umpires really got to got to look for. And even in the case, like I said, you were standing up and you got kicked in the chest, and is he ready to go or not? I mean, we don't want to go, oh, let's give you 2 more minutes and see if you can shake it off.
Yeah.
If it takes you 2 or 3 minutes, maybe you're more hurt.
Out. Yeah.
You're really more hurt.
Right.
So you give them an 8 count, and I'm okay, and you go, okay, let's go then, right?
Okay.
So I think it can also help speed up the match a little bit, so you don't stop it and go, get the medic in, those kind of things.
Right. Okay, so my next question is, during this 8 count, does the time stop?
No.
No, it just keeps rolling.
It just keeps rolling.
Okay.
So time only stops when the umpire says time,
Right.
regardless of what it is. And it has to be the center umpire that says that. It can't be the corner referee say, hey, that guy's down, you should stop the time. Well, the timekeeper's got to really watch the center referee. They're the ones that decides when to stop it.
Right. It's a tough job between the referee or the center umpire, because like on one hand, the crowd wants to see a fight.
Umpires have so much control of really the fights in a way. I don't know.
You look at like MMA and they go, oh, that ref called it too early.
Yeah.
And then there's like, oh, I should have went on some more, right? So
yeah,
it's a tough job.
It is a tough job.
And to be able to discern that and to spot those type of things of whether they can continue fighting or not, and that's a big thing for the competitors and their families too. It's
an important role. Yeah, the safety of the fighter, really.
Right.
I mean, I think I gotta look at it that way. It's like, you know what? We definitely want them to go home.
Right. Haven't seen anything too bad at a Taekwondo tournament yet.
No. I've seen people that get knocked out and their body's shaking. I can't go over there to take a look exactly what's going on, but that doesn't look too good.
Yeah.
I remember umpiring. I was a center referee, and a reverse turning kick hit this. It was 2 women. So reverse turning kick, boom, and automatically I could see that she was already knocked out.
Right.
Because the way she fell down, she's like, and so, oh, and that's why you have headgear, really.
Yeah.
I mean, well, with today we have mats, but mats are still not super soft, and the headgear to me is really to help. You get hit, maybe knocked out, you're falling down, and that headgear is going to help with that falling down.
Right.
Now, there's different reasons why we in the ITF have said that's optional, or definitely was not required. It was actually nobody wore headgear. Well, the idea is that we're not really trying to hurt each other in that way. And so headgear can give a false sense of, security, and same with the hogu or chest protector.
Yeah.
It can still hurt people. Right. But I kind of think the headgear is really more for like falling down. Yeah. And you hit your head on the ground.
Right. Just a little cushion.
Little
airbag. Little airbag.
That's what they should have.
Yeah.
Airbags on the body.
They have that for old people.
Old people? Probably
when
should.
When they fall, like, whoosh, I know some people are trying to make that.
Do I think it's a good idea? And then that's kind of a new thing. So I think it's, so far I haven't seen a lot of 8 counts really. Have you?
I saw a few at the World Games. Yeah.
What'd you think? You think it was good or bad? It's a judgment call.
Well, like I said earlier, I wasn't really sure what they were doing because the guy got up. So, but they were still like counting it down on him.
Yeah.
So when I think about an 8 count rule, it seems like when you reach 8 counts and they're not up, that would be like done. Right. That's what my perspective on it before, just probably because of like boxing, and that's kind of what they do, right?
Right. Just because you get stumbled a little bit, but if you knew, with today's scoring system where you can see it on the screen and all like that. Yeah. And you go, I'm ahead, and I'm ahead by quite a bit. Can I just kind of fall down and take an 8 count because that kills time? Cut off some time?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Nah, your ego won't let you do the 8 count because you're tough.
This could be another topic about whether it's good to have the scoreboards up or not, Right. Whether you're winning or losing.
Yeah, maybe next time.
All
right, well, we'll wrap it up here. So thanks for jumping into another Tool World podcast. As always, don't forget to be safe.
Keep training.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Taekwon.